What's going on, YouTube family? Buddhaxan back once again. Good to see everybody. It's been a couple weeks, but I'm glad to be here today. I finally got the time to shoot this video, and today we're going to talk about a topic that's very important to me and very dear to me, and I feel like it's very significant. It's changed my life, and I want to share this information with my fellow warriors, with my fellow men, and with my fellow spiritual seekers. And I want to give a quick disclaimer. I'll be targeting men in this video, but if you're a woman, I'm sure you can still watch this and get some information from it, or pass it on to a man that you care about in your life. But if you've been feeling just depressed or out of it or unmotivated or just lethargic, don't have that much energy, if this is a consistent thing, I want to tackle something for men that may be the cause of your lack of ambition, your lack of a sense of purpose or drive or aggression. And I want to cover all that good stuff. I want to get on the benefits and everything. So let's dive into the video. Semen retention. If that doesn't sound familiar to you, you might have heard of the movement going on called NoFAP. They're pretty much the same thing. If you haven't heard of neither one of those, what is semen retention? What is NoFAP? It's basically the practice of abstaining from ejaculating. You can still participate in sex. You can pretty much still do whatever you want, but you refrain from ejaculating. And I know the first question on everyone's mind, you'd probably be crazy if it wasn't the first question on your mind, is why on earth would I want to do that? Why does it matter? A lot of mainstream science promotes that ejaculation is actually healthy and that it's harmless and that you can just waste all of that stuff as much as you want. And I don't really speak on anything in this channel that I haven't experienced, so I'll try to throw in some scientific evidence, some scientific information, but for the most part, this is on just what I've experienced and more of a spiritual angle, more of a spiritual aspect. So just take from this video what you will, and I hope that this resonates with anyone that it's meant to resonate with. Now, we'll start with the consequences and the dangers of ejaculating. So basically, for us to understand why it's so crucial to not ejaculate and to not waste this fluid, we have to understand how our body prioritizes and distributes all of its, we have to understand how our body prioritizes and distributes all of its nutrients and all of its energy and all of its attention, okay? And our body, the way it prioritizes our organs, the way it selects which gets more is from your core outwards, okay? So that means anything from your center and then outwards. So for instance, the center of human beings would be our belly / our genital region, okay? That would be the center of your body. And then as you expand, you got the lungs, the heart, then the thyroid gland, the brain, and the tongue. You get what I'm saying, basically. So whatever organs are closer to the center are the organs that will get the most supply of nutrients and whatever your body has to offer. Why is this important? This is very important because when it comes to healing in the body, your body will always prioritize your sexual organs before anything else. Now, normally this wouldn't matter, okay? Because the average man, if you ask him if there's anything wrong with his sexual organs, at first glance, he'll be like, no, my dick works, it gets hard, it works. I mean, what could be wrong with it? Well, to understand what we're doing to ourselves, we have to understand the sperm cycle, the cycle of producing sperm. And basically, it takes about 100 days for a full cycle of sperm development. Essentially, what this means is from the day that a sperm cell is created to the day of its to the day that it's fully matured is about 100 days, right? The first 25 days are for the development and the creation of the actual cell. The other 75 days are for the maturing of the sperm cell so that it can be used in creating life or whatever other purpose that you're using it for, right? So what's very crucial about this is that during this 75-day period, generating semen, generating sperm cells requires a lot of energy, okay? And because of this, there's a heavy oxidative stress that's placed on the reproductive tissue and the reproductive glands. And this is important because essentially, imagine, let me give you an example. Just imagine since however long you've been jacking off, I know a lot of us are ejaculating. A lot of us started at a very young age. So let's just say 13. That seems to be the median for everybody, or the mean, right? So imagine constantly having to curl a 5-pound weight since you were 13. Imagine how much stress, and just without any break, okay? Without breaking, without stopping. And I know that's more of an extreme example. I know that I probably could have thought of something better, but what I want you to understand is, since the day that you were 13 years old, if you're a male, if you've been masturbating, I can almost guarantee that you have not once went over 100 days without ejaculating, okay? And what's significant about this is that means you have been placing a stress on your reproductive organs and on your genitals since you were 13 years old, and you have never given them a time to heal, or a time to catch up, or a time to balance out and stabilize. Now, this is very significant because, like I said, your body will prioritize all of its energy and all of its nutrients on whatever organ that is closest to your center. With this being your sexual organ, that is the #1 organ that your body will prioritize. So you know what that means? All of the nutrients you get from food, all of the nutrients that you get from sunlight, all of the nutrients you get from breathing, any type of energy that you receive, the way that it's distributed throughout your body, your sexual organs get first priority. They get first dibs. Now, this is highly significant because that means before your body will heal your brain till its fullest capacity, before your body will heal your heart till its fullest capacity, before your body will heal your lungs till its fullest capacity, before your body will let any of this energy be distributed evenly and to other organs, it's going to prioritize your sexual organs. Because we have to understand that it takes anywhere from 40 to 80 drops of blood just to equal 1 drop of semen, okay? So essentially, when you're just wasting it and wasting it and wasting it and wasting it, do you know what you do? Because you have to understand that semen is the highest quality fluid that your body can produce, all right? It goes from blood, then I don't know the process, but I'm sure that I'll post it somewhere on the screen so you can see what I'm saying. But essentially, semen is the most high quality fluid that your body can produce. And this is so crucial because when you start to deplete this fluid, and when you start to keep draining it faster than your body can efficiently replace it, your body will start to make a lesser quality of that fluid and everything else in between. It'll make a lesser quality blood, it'll make a lesser quality everything, a lesser quality lymphatic fluid, a lesser quality spinal fluid, a lesser quality of the fluid that your brain sits in. Your body will begin to choose quantity over quality because it doesn't have time. You're constantly putting this demand on it. It thinks it's in survival mode. It doesn't have time to make a quality fluid. So this is where your consciousness comes into play. This is where your state of being comes into play. This is where your happiness comes into play. The medium that connects your energetic body, your spirit, to your physical existence here is all of the fluids of your body. This includes your blood, this includes all of the fluids. And the most pivotal fluid, the most connected fluid is your sexual fluids, your kundalini, sex energy, all of that, whatever you want to call it. This is so important because when this medium becomes a lower quality, when this medium becomes, less concentrated, less of your soul can connect to you through there, right? And your soul, which is basically just your energy, it's the energy of the human body, it's the consciousness of the body, can only exist in fluid. If there were no fluids in your body, basically, there could be no consciousness. So if your soul is forced to exist in weak, harsh, low vibrational fluid, what do you think your state of consciousness would be? What do you think your existence will be? Okay? And what tends to happen is, over time, because of our ignorance of how our bodies are functioning, and because of our ignorance of, and our lack of acceptance of an energetic body and something beyond the physical, and because of our ignorance of knowing what's important, we tend to put ourselves in a lower dimension of consciousness just out of ignorance. We just don't know that we're doing it to ourselves because of our lifestyles and because of the agenda of the people who don't want you to know these things, the people who don't want you to be a high vibrational being because they know your true potential better than you do. But I don't want to get into conspiracies right now, and I really want to stay on topic. But the main thing you need to understand is your sexual energy is you in your purest form. It's you in your most direct form. And your sexual energy is by far the most powerful energy that your body can generate. So when you begin to deplete this, what happens? Everything in your body gets a lower quality energy source now, right? Your brain, you acquire brain fog. You acquire a lack of motivation. You acquire a lack of purpose. All of your senses are low. All of your senses are lowered. Every single aspect of you becomes lesser. Okay, and you basically become a survival being. You become a low-dimensional beast. You exit. You basically give up. You jeopardize your godliness, your innate divinity for an orgasm, for ejaculation. I know so many of the men watching this video remember life being so much more colorful, so much more big and adventurous and just wondrous and just amazing, right? All of that is still in us. All of that can be returned to us, and it's all about healing. But for us to understand how to heal as men, for us to understand how to get that back, we have to understand how important our sexual fluids are when it comes to healing, and how important energy is when it comes to healing. And the way it works is your consciousness will attune itself to whatever your level of energy is. So if you're trapped in the lower dimensions, if you're trapped in the lower chakras, which essentially are the first three, you have the root chakra, the sacral, and then you have your solar plexus. Most people are trapped in this system, in these lower three chakras. That's why they say we're in the third dimension, right? The issue with this is you can only think of what? Survival, food, and sex. And what is this whole system based on? Survival, food, basically, and sex. It's all about shelter, survival, clothes, making sure you fit in, making sure you stay with the pack. It's all about food. You gotta eat to survive. You gotta eat food. You gotta food everywhere. And let's not even fucking get into how much they promote sex. You see what I'm saying? It's a play to keep you in your lower self. It's a play to keep you weak. It's a play to keep you from getting to your heart. It's a play to keep you from being the godly kings that you are. Like, my nigga, aren't we all tired of being a slave to our sexual desire? Don't you hate seeing a fat ass and then being stuck with those perverted thoughts all day? Don't you hate women looking at us all like we're dogs, like we're weak because we're slaves to our dicks, because we don't know how to connect to that lower part of ourselves, and we basically act instinctively? I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of that. I want to transcend that. I don't want to think about sex all day. I don't want to think about food all day, and I don't want to think about survival all day. I don't want to think in the box. I want to think outside of the box. And basically, your consciousness, which the seat of your consciousness, your perception, your awareness is in your pineal gland, will attune to whatever is going on with your energetic body. And if your energetic body is in the lower dimensions, you will only think about lower dimensional stuff. This is why kids are so pure of mind, because their energy is higher. They're more in the heart. They're more in the higher chakras. So therefore, they have more pure thoughts. We can get all of this back. We have to understand that the world does not need to be changed. We need to be changed, and then we will change the world, okay? So I hope I've somewhat given you a sense of urgency and an understanding of how important these fluids are, but I want to get into the good stuff. I don't want to bicker too much on the consequences, but just know you shouldn't be out here wasting your semen. So the benefits, all right? In the first 2 weeks that you stop ejaculating, you will notice an increase of energy. You will notice an increase in clarity of mind. You will notice an increase in mood. Your mood will be just a little bit more stable. And I don't want to exaggerate, because it's not, at this point, at just 2 weeks, it's not very huge, but you will notice a pick-me-up. You'll feel more alive. You'll just feel better about yourself. and I'm going off my personal experience. It's different for other men, but for the first 2 weeks when I first embarked on this journey, I noticed that I was a better me. You know, like the days that I consider good days were more common. They were starting to become a default. Okay, so for me, I didn't really notice the benefits like the female attraction or the female attention or, you know, the confidence. I didn't really experience all of that until month number 1, the first 30 days. After the first 30 days, that's when I really started to get, you know, the true clarity, you know, better sleep, you know, just I felt better. And that's when you can say that people kind of just start giving you a little bit more attention. I don't even want to say that the women attraction kicks in just yet, but definitely you do. The eye contact goes up. You'll notice that you'll catch yourself making eye contact with women a lot more, and it'll be a lot longer. And you'll feel that it meant something. You'll feel the energy behind the eye contact. So yeah, boosted confidence, more energy. This is all at month 1. Boost confidence, more energy, a little bit more eye contact, and you'll just feel a little bit more sure of yourself, a lot more confident, a lot more here. Okay, that's the best way I can put it. But my nigga, the good shit, the really good shit, in my experience, and I've had this experience twice, the really good shit doesn't come until around the 60 to 80 day mark, okay? This is when you know something is different. Like, there's not a doubt in your mind that life, your perception, your perspective has changed since the moment you started. There is not a doubt in your mind, okay? You'll go outside, everything will seem more 3D. Anybody who's been on a psychedelic trip, I'm not condoning psychedelics in this video, but anybody who's been on a psychedelic trip can relate to how, you know, when you feel it start kicking in, you kind of start everything just seems a little bit more real, more 3D, more like you seem like you're more into this. You start to begin to feel that around day 60, day 80. You walk outside and you notice the shine of the sunlight and the luster of the cars, and everything's just sharper, crisper, more beautiful, and more vibrant, okay? There's definitely female attraction at this stage. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and act like you become some ladies' man, because that's not the case, but you do acquire a charisma to yourself, and you acquire a confidence and a pep to your step. You know, a lot of it is just body language. You know, women can tell how you hold yourself and how you carry yourself and how you speak. But what a lot of NoFAP men don't speak about is that women actually have a built-in radar. It's subconscious, whether they know it or not. They have a radar to detect whichever man has the most powerful semen and has the most abundance of that semen, right? Of sperm. And my nigga, that, like, basically what that means is you almost are winning by default, okay? When you walk, say you go to a party, my nigga, it's probably every nigga in there probably either nutted that day or is about to go nut after the party or ejaculated the day before, right? You go in there and you haven't ejaculated for 90 days, you're automatically in the higher ranking with everybody, not just women, but specifically with women, because they subconsciously have a detection for this, for the animal magnetism. But my nigga, you already are winning, because you're going against a bunch of depleted men, a bunch of men who are ignorant of the quality of semen and think that they can just waste it. It's something that you have to experience, but you will just know. You will feel different. You'll feel more clear. You'll feel more motivated, more driven, more creative, and you'll feel more aggressive. You'll just have that, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck. This is me. I don't care. Like, that's just how you'll feel. You'll just be like, I don't care. You'll have that childlike ignorance of the ego, basically. You'll have that voice in your head will become a lot more quiet. The voice that, you know, tries to keep you in check and tells you this and tells you that. You just won't give a fuck. And you will notice that you will just start to feel more, and your senses, everything about you, just, there's an upliftment. And this is all around the 2-month mark, the 60 to 80 day mark, okay? And I'm currently, this is probably my 3rd attempt. I'm currently at around the 90-day mark. This is the farthest, or the furthest I've gone. And I kid you not, I'm literally getting freaked out by how realistic and how vibrant and how just crazy everything is. It's like everything is starting to go my way. I wake up in a great mood. My dance, my rhythms, my coordination, everything is so much smoother. You know, it's always laughter when I'm with my friends. It's always good vibes. It's just crazy how literally it's all about energy. We think it's about perception. We think it's more about the clothes you wear and your sense of status and all that. But life is subconscious. It's all about energy. It's all about who has the most energy. And what I'm starting to notice is the more energy you have, the better your entire existence is, the better everything is. And when I say everything, I mean everything. I'm talking about my memory is improved, my motivation, just everything. It's literally limitless, and it's all about energy, okay? So no more jacking off, no more none of that shit, no more watching porn. If you're gonna have a sexual experience, at least have a real one. And you'll understand that also, and you'll come to know it becomes more than just sex. You'll be able to look at women with respect. You'll be able to look at them objectively, okay? You know, you'll be able to actually look at them as a human being first, instead of just something to fulfill your sexual desires. You'll actually want to look them in the fucking eye and talk to them and actually hold a conversation. And there's no excuse. I mean, just stop with the weak shit. Stop it. Just stop. You know, challenge yourself. See if you can go 2 weeks without doing it. And if you can't, then you know it's a problem. All right? No excuses, like I said. You know, I got a girl, I got a partner, right? And that's where kind of a couple of my slip-ups came in, but we finally got it figured out, and she's very understanding, and I love her dearly for it. And I'm at 90 days with a partner, and I have sex, you feel me? And it's still great, and it's still fun. In fact, it's become an even better experience for me because it's more spiritual now. I'm not focused on the end goal, I'm not focused on myself, and it doesn't have to end right there. It doesn't have to end after, you know, you ejaculate. You can go and you can continue to dive deeper into the experience. So no excuses. Whether you're single, whether you're in a relationship, talk to your partner about it. Let's get on it, guys. I mean, if you want to ascend, if you want to get into the higher states of consciousness, if you want to be who you know you truly are, if you want to get your life back, it starts with healing the lower chakras, and it starts with your sexual energy. Now, I know this video is starting to get kind of long, so I want to kind of wrap it up here, but to be honest, I love every man who is brave enough to embark on this journey. I salute you. I salute you. It's hard to even, it could be embarrassing to even get in front of the camera and talk about stuff like this, but when you know, when you've lived it, when you know it's true, and I'm sure all the fellow NoFAP men, the fellow semen retainers that are watching, they know what's up. When you know it's true, you just don't care, because the truth will set you free. And I hope that this video was able to touch, you know, and help those who might have been needing something and didn't know what they were missing. And if you already knew about semen retention and NoFAP, I hope that I was able to give you some information, some additional information that you were unaware. And I want to throw in a quick thing about a lot of people, because the goal is 100 days for the full reset, but after you hit 100 days, a lot of men, they hit we kind of just hit like you know, like a ceiling, right? Now, what we have to understand is the 100-day will only get our energy just above the second chakra and to begin to start filling the third chakra. The only way to get the energy to begin going into the higher chakra is the higher chakras is to do a transmutation practice, and I'll be doing a separate video on 2 great, beautiful techniques to completely heal your root chakra and to begin to heal your higher chakras and to actually get to what they be talking about in this conscious shit, okay? You got a lot of teachers on here who be acting like they already they already crossed over and stuff, but they've done no work. And I'm just gonna keep it 100. You've been living this hazardous lifestyle. If you're like me, if you're from America and you've been living how I've been living, indoors, eating all this food, you've been living this way for 20 plus years, okay? However old you are. You're not just gonna breathe your way into higher consciousness, and it's not just gonna be given to you. It's gonna take work. So look out for my next video. I'll be providing information on how we can begin to transmute that energy and send it up. But the main thing is we have to heal our sexual organs, and we have to fill our sexual organs so that that energy can in return be dispersed and spread throughout the body, and we can begin to ascend to our higher selves. So I love you for giving me your time and attention. Please like, comment, rate, subscribe, whatever, all of that shit. Let me know. Get a conversation going in the comment box. I want to talk to you guys, ask questions, give me new video topics. I just want to really find my tribe on here. I really want to get a community going. So I love you. I'll be back again with another video. Much love to all my warriors out there. See you next time.